Hello friends, in this video I am going to explain the basic concepts related to projections of straight lines. First, let us see the definition of a straight line. Straight line can be defined as a line joining any two points along the shortest route. We can also define it as a locus of a point which moves in a constant direction. We all know that the two ends of a straight line are points. Now let us go through the properties of straight lines. Straight line is a one-dimensional element. Straight line can be horizontal, vertical or inclined. Straight line makes 180-degree angle when drawing an angle arc from one point to another. Now let us understand the different orientations or positions of a straight line. A straight line may occupy any number of orientations or positions in space with respect to the two reference planes. We know the two reference planes are horizontal plane and vertical plane. The various positions may be classified into the following types: parallel to both the planes, parallel to one plane and perpendicular to the other, parallel to one plane and inclined to the other, contained by one plane or both the planes, and inclined to both the planes. Now let us see the first category of orientations. Line parallel to both horizontal plane and vertical plane. We can see the pictorial representation of a line capital AB which is parallel to both horizontal plane and vertical plane. From this diagram we can very well understand that the line AB is parallel to horizontal plane and parallel to vertical plane. The two ends of the line capital AB are equally displaced by a distance q from the horizontal plane. In the same way, the two ends of the line AB are equally displaced by distance p from the vertical plane. Now let us move on to the second category of orientations. Line parallel to one plane and perpendicular to the other plane. The first subdivision under the second category is a line perpendicular to horizontal plane and parallel to vertical plane. Here we can see the pictorial representation of a line which is perpendicular to horizontal plane and parallel to vertical plane. From this diagram we can understand that to locate or to represent the line capital CD, we need the in front of distance from vertical plane and the above distance between one end of the line and the horizontal plane. Now let us move on to the second subdivision under the second category. A line perpendicular to vertical plane and parallel to horizontal plane. From this pictorial representation we can understand that the line EF is parallel to horizontal plane. That means the two ends are displaced by a distance q from the horizontal plane and it is perpendicular to the vertical plane. Now let us move on to the third category. Line parallel to one plane and inclined to the other. The first subdivision under the third category is a line inclined to horizontal plane and parallel to vertical plane. The pictorial representation of a line which is inclined to horizontal plane and parallel to vertical plane is shown here. From this diagram we can understand the line capital GH is inclined to horizontal plane by an angle theta and it is parallel to the vertical plane. The two ends of the line capital GH are equally displaced by a distance p from the vertical plane and the inclination with the horizontal plane is denoted using the symbol theta. Now let us move on to the second subdivision under the third category. Line inclined to vertical plane and parallel to horizontal plane. The pictorial representation of the line which is inclined to vertical plane and parallel to horizontal plane is shown here. From this diagram we can understand that the line is inclined to the vertical plane by an angle phi and it is parallel to the horizontal plane. That means the two ends of the line KL are equally displaced from the horizontal plane by a distance q. The inclination with the vertical plane is represented using the symbol phi. Now let us move on to the fourth category, line contained by one or both the planes. The first subdivision under this fourth category is line contained by both horizontal plane and vertical plane. Here we can see the pictorial representation of a line capital PQ which is contained by both horizontal plane and vertical plane. From this diagram we can understand that the only possibility to keep the line capital PQ contained by both horizontal plane and vertical plane is keeping the line on the XY line itself, since the XY line is common to both horizontal plane and vertical plane. Now let us move on to the second subdivision under the fourth category, line contained by vertical plane and perpendicular to horizontal plane. From this diagram we can understand that the line capital MN is contained by vertical plane and it is perpendicular to the horizontal plane. Contained by vertical plane means the in front of distance between the vertical plane and the line MN is 0. Now let us move on to the third subdivision under the fourth category, line contained by horizontal plane and perpendicular to the vertical plane. Here we can see the pictorial representation of a line capital RS which is contained by horizontal plane and perpendicular to the vertical plane. From this diagram we can understand that the above distance between the horizontal plane and the line RS is 0. Now let us move on to the fourth subdivision under the fourth category, line contained by vertical plane and inclined to the horizontal plane. Here we can see the pictorial representation of a line capital TU contained by the vertical plane and inclined to the horizontal plane by an angle theta. From this diagram we can understand that the in front of distance between the line TU and the vertical plane is 0 and the line is inclined by an angle theta from the horizontal plane. Now let us see the fifth subdivision under the fourth category, line contained by horizontal plane and inclined to the vertical plane. Here we can see the pictorial representation of a line capital NS which is contained by horizontal plane and inclined to the vertical plane. From this diagram we can understand that the above distance between the line capital NS and the horizontal plane is 0. Now let us move on to the fifth category, a line inclined to both horizontal plane and vertical plane. From this pictorial diagram we can understand that the line capital AB is inclined to the horizontal plane by an angle theta and it is also inclined to the vertical plane by an angle phi. Now let me explain the quick tips for verification. Hope this will be highly useful in verifying the final solution of the given problem. Generally we solve problems in projections of straight line related to first quadrant. We all know that the front view must be drawn above the XY line and the top view must be drawn below the XY line. Whenever the reference plane is horizontal plane, we need to draw the projection above the XY line. That means the front view must be drawn above the XY line. Whenever the reference plane is vertical plane, the projection must be drawn below the xy line. That is, the top view must be drawn below the xy line. Whenever the straight line is contained by horizontal plane or in the horizontal plane, the front view will be obtained on the xy line itself. Whenever the given straight line is contained by vertical plane, its top view will be obtained on the xy line itself. Whatever I have mentioned here is shown here. A line which is parallel to HP. HP means above xy line. So when we draw the front view, ensure that it is parallel as well as above the xy line. Whenever the given straight line is perpendicular to horizontal plane, ensure that the front view line is drawn above the xy line and it is also perpendicular to xy line. Whenever the given straight line is inclined to horizontal plane, ensure that the front view is drawn above the xy line and it is also inclined to the xy line. Whenever the given straight line is contained by horizontal plane, ensure that the front view is obtained on the xy line itself. We have a special case in this category, that is, whenever a line is parallel to one plane and perpendicular to the other plane, the parallel view will become a point. So in this case, the line is parallel to horizontal plane and perpendicular to the vertical plane. So the parallel view becomes a point. Whenever the reference plane is vertical plane, the projection will be obtained below the xy line. That means the top view is obtained below the xy line. From this diagram, we can understand that whenever the straight line is parallel to vertical plane, its top view will be obtained below the xy line and it will also be parallel to xy line. Whenever a line is perpendicular to vertical plane, its top view will also be perpendicular to xy line and it will be obtained below the xy line. Whenever the straight line is inclined to vertical plane, the top view will be obtained below the xy line and it will also be inclined to xy line. Whenever the straight line is contained by vertical plane, its top view will be obtained on the xy line itself. As I have mentioned earlier, whenever a line is parallel to one plane and perpendicular to the other plane, that means whenever a line is parallel to vertical plane and perpendicular to horizontal plane, the parallel view will become a point. Thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to click the like button and give your comments. Also click the subscribe button to get the notifications on new videos in this channel. Visit this channel for more such videos.